The upper back is made up of multiple muscles, leading so-called fitness experts to overcomplicate back training, suggesting that you must hit the back from every angle using different grips and a variety of equipment. The truth, however, is anyone with access to dumbbells and a bench have more than enough to hit every muscle in the upper back effectively without ever touching a barbell, cable, or exercise machine. In today's video, I'll be sharing the only 3 dumbbell exercises you need to build a thicker and wider upper back. But first, let's quickly go over the basic anatomy of the upper back muscles and their functions so that you can understand exactly what muscles are involved and what movements they're responsible for. The upper back is made up of the traps, rhomboids, teres muscles, infraspinatus, and the lats. The upper traps provide the yoke, giving off a more alpha appearance, while the lower and mid traps, rhomboids, teres muscles and infraspinatus add valleys for a thicker, more muscular back. The lat muscles, aka wings, are responsible for back width, giving you the coveted V taper. Put them all together and you will have achieved perfect back symmetry. Contrary to popular belief, you can't train one area of the back effectively without hitting the others. That said, you can emphasize which area of the back you want to target. The upper back's main function is scapular retraction, or pulling the shoulder blades in toward the spine. Every muscle in the upper back will fire when this action is performed. The lats, however, are also responsible for shoulder extension or bringing the arm down from in front of the body, as well as shoulder adduction, or bringing the arm down from the side. So now that you understand what muscles you're training and what movement they're responsible for, it's time to go over the only 3 dumbbell exercises you need for a wider, thicker and more well-developed upper back. Exercise number 1: Bent over dumbbell row. According to one study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, a standing bent over row elicits large muscle activation symmetrically from the upper to lower back. So not only does the bent over dumbbell row promote both back width and thickness, it also strongly engages the lower back. To ensure you are involving all areas of the back, I recommend performing this exercise with your elbows flared at about 45 degrees. Allow your scapula to protract during the eccentric phase, feeling the stretch between your shoulder blades, and then drive your elbows beyond your torso during the concentric phase to emphasize shoulder extension for the lats. Because this exercise engages the entire back musculature to a great degree and is relatively easy to load, I recommend making the bent over dumbbell row the focal point of your back training. From here we can then focus on exercises and execution techniques that emphasize different areas of the back specifically. Which brings us to exercise number 2, the chest-supported wide dumbbell row. One study published in the Journal of Sports Health comparing row variations found that a high row where the movement was done with the arms horizontally abducted to 90 degrees showed the highest activation of the upper, middle and lower traps. In another study published in the Journal of Dynamic Medicine, participants exhibited the highest levels of myoelectric activity in the middle trapezius/rhomboid muscle group when rows were done, allowing the shoulder blades to retract and protract. So one important cue for this exercise is to allow your scapula to move freely instead of locking it in place. Key here is to keep your torso as close to parallel to the floor as possible. Fully protract the shoulder blades on the eccentric until you feel a stretch between your shoulder blades. Then under control, pull the dumbbell back, fully retracting the scapula in the process. Now this chest-supported row can be performed in 2 ways. First, by setting a bench to a low incline and resting your chest on the bench as you row. For this variation, keep your legs straight and hips off the bench to keep the torso horizontal, and second is by performing this as a seal row. Simply elevate a flat bench by using plyometric boxes or weight plates and be sure to make it high enough so that you can fully extend your arms without them touching the floor. From there, lie prone on the bench, starting with your shoulders fully protracted, then retract without using your lower back to extend and aid with the lift. So long as you're keeping strict form and allowing your scapula to move freely throughout the movement, either variation will suffice. And exercise number 31, arm dumbbell row. As mentioned earlier, the main function of the lats is shoulder extension or bringing your arm down towards your body from overhead. That said, I recommend performing this exercise by starting with the dumbbell in front of your head in the lengthened position and pulling it diagonally into your hip on the same side. As far as body position goes, the goal should be to position your torso parallel or as close to parallel to the floor as possible. Since you're using a free weight and because of the angle of your torso, this lift will be the most challenging at the bottom position. And because the lats have their greatest leverage in the stretched position, you'd create a greater stimulus for the lats at longer lengths. Thus, going heavy on this exercise would not be a bad idea while targeting different areas of the back requires precise technique, and a key factor is elbow positioning. If you are aiming to hit the upper back muscles more effectively, research in biomechanics suggests that keeping the elbows further away from the body is more beneficial. This allows for greater engagement of the upper traps, rhomboids, and rear deltoids, which are all heavily involved in scapular retraction. On the other hand, a study published in the International Journal of Exercise Science revealed that peak forces in the latissimus dorsi, lats, were significantly greater when the upper arm was positioned closer to the body. This movement pattern better emphasizes shoulder extension, which is the primary function of the lats. How to perform the dumbbell row for maximum lat engagement. To effectively isolate and target the lats using a dumbbell, follow the setup and execution. Setup: begin by placing your non-working side knee and hand on a flat bench. This stabilizes your torso. Keep your working side leg firmly on the ground for balance, and adjust your torso so it's nearly parallel to the floor. A slight angle is okay as long as your spine stays neutral. Start position. Hold the dumbbell in your working hand with your arm fully extended, allowing the weight to hang naturally in front of your head, not directly below your shoulder. This setup places your lat under stretch and aligns better for diagonal pulling. Execution. Pull the dumbbell diagonally toward your hip, not straight up. Focus on keeping your elbow tight to your torso throughout the movement. This path mimics the natural line of shoulder extension and helps activate the lats more intensely. Contraction. At the top of the movement, squeeze your lat hard for 1 second. You should feel a deep contraction around the side of your back, below your shoulder blade. Lowering phase. Slowly lower the dumbbell back to the starting position in a controlled manner. Avoid letting gravity take over. Eccentric control is just as important for muscle growth. Repeat. Perform your desired number of reps, maintaining proper form and focus on the muscle being worked. If you found this breakdown useful, go ahead and click the like button. It truly supports the channel and helps us reach more people looking to train smarter. Don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed fitness tips and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your gains are just one click away.